What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Lucid Trading. Welcome back indeed. The markets are still correcting, as you can see. You can see this on the daily chart. Nasdaq down substantially, although we're seeing a bit of a bounce here on the Nasdaq and the overall markets, but yet we're still correcting, right? Yeah. So we're nearing the end of September. We're almost in the month of October. Starting Friday, it's going to be October. Tomorrow is going to be the last day in September. And I'm very excited about that. It does look like on the technicals that we could be bottoming out on the short term. So maybe, maybe as we're getting out of September, we could be rallying back up in October. It's just, we're going to have to see what happens, right? Of course, there's a lot of things happening right now on the markets, especially regarding Evergrande. Look what happened to the 10-year yield. Look what's happening with the markets in response to that. But yeah, welcome back to the stream. If you're here, if you just joined, welcome back. Smash that like button. That'll be very much appreciated. Make sure you smash that like button right here, right now. Welcome back to Hung Young, Clean SD, John Smith, Panagitis, Luna, Larry Summers, Unai, Tanisha, Mr. Ahmed, Baba Plays, X Saint, Ronaldo, and Rocket Launcher. Welcome back for round 2 for today. So I actually wanted to live stream Jerome Powell today. However, I was waiting for my food. Been waiting for a while. Nothing received. And I hadn't eaten much during the day. So I actually didn't stream because I could not eat, which is kind of sad. But we're live right now. So that's what counts. I haven't been able to actually look at what happened during that speech, or actually as well, I think it was a discussion between Jerome Powell and the ECB, which is very important, right? What they're discussing. Wish I could cover that, but I'll probably watch that later today after the live stream on my own, or maybe on the Discord. Who knows? But yeah, you can see the title of this current live stream is the stock market ready to bottom out. I am buying the dip like crazy, and I'm dollar cost averaging, and I'll show you what I'm doing, right? So I've been buying a boatload of Palantir as of recently. I said that this was a great buying opportunity for Palantir, and I stand by with what I said. I still believe it's a great buying opportunity right now, as Palantir is down about 1.8%. Let's see, 1 hour chart. Let's remove this. So I bought Palantir right here, right? I also bought some at 25. Bought a chunk of Palantir, about $1,000 in this zone, and I am continuing to buy as it's just below 25, and I'm nibbling at that dip right now on Palantir. You can see on the RSI that we're oversold. We're significantly oversold after the massive sell-off that we had from around 29 all the way to the 24. And MACD's about to cross on the 1 hour chart. Looking at the 4 hour chart, we still haven't quite bottomed out yet. I think we could still consolidate or maybe even go down slightly further. But I think Palantir is a nice buying opportunity at the current price. The fundamentals are very strong, and they continue to be strong. So that's a good thing. It's below the market cap has gone below 50 billion, which is quite significant. Snowflake has been going down slightly as well. I am telling you, if Palantir is going to go back to 30, regardless of anything that's happening right now, this is all not going to matter. This is all just going to be another discount on top of everything that we've had. Now, looking at AI, C3.ai, honestly, I'm still speechless on how little momentum we're seeing here with this stock. It's sitting at close to the all-time low, yet we had, relatively great earnings recently, great guidance for next quarter. Seems like people don't care, and it seems like we're going to get another discount on C3. I've been buying some C3.ai around 45, and I'm going to keep on buying at this price point. I don't think it's going to get much cheaper than this, even if the market corrects. And yeah, been loving that. Let's see, what is happening with the market right now? Nasdaq is kind of bouncing. We're seeing I think the Russell is bouncing as well, right? Slightly. I think the Russell was down for a bit. Let me check the 1 hour chart. One moment. Can you talk about TMC? What is TMC? Yeah, I don't know why this company's falling, but it's not looking good. Have we drawn technicals on this? I don't think so. Yeah, something must have happened. Something really bad, probably. I mean, a company just doesn't drop like this, right? Doesn't seem like they're making any money, so. Small market cap as well. It's engaged in nodule collecting and onshore processing systems. But they have no revenue. They have nothing going on for them. Although it IPO'd recently, right? So that's the thing. They IPO'd recently, and it's been going down ever since. Yeah, I don't know enough about this company, really, to say anything about it. We don't have a lot of information. This could continue. I have no idea what's happening with this company. And it just recently IPO'd. Relatively small market cap. Something. I think this is probably related to the market downturn. Right? Just the mass liquidations that are happening. The metals company. That is probably, yeah, it's probably going to be a long-term hold. And right now, anything that is long-term, anything that is risky, is not doing so well. And it's a Canadian mining startup. Yeah, it could fizzle out a little down further and maybe bottom out down the road. Maybe around $3. Who knows? It is significantly oversold. Doesn't matter. It could be significantly oversold sitting at $2, right? That doesn't matter. If people don't like the stock, they don't like the stock. And this company doesn't have any revenue. This company is like, the revenues are like in 2023 probably. At least from what I'm seeing here, right? I don't know. Maybe this data is incorrect, but is it significantly oversold though? Is it really? I mean, I don't think so. Daily chart is not oversold. So I don't think it's significantly oversold. Man, who knows? Maybe the market bottoms out and it just shoots up, but I doubt it. Let's see. Let's see what's happening here with Tesla. So like this, Tesla seems like it's kind of topping out, isn't it? Look at that. We have a lower high going on here, 793.8. Recent high was 798.9. And we haven't gone above that. Looking at the 4 hours, MACD's crossing to the downside. This is looking kind of problematic, I would say. I don't think we're going to go much higher than. We did get very close to the $800 target that I laid out. So, very close, like $1 close. Like, that's pretty nice. And looking at Tesla at the moment, it seems like we're going to probably see a bit more downside. Unless they do, obviously, report great deliveries, right? If they totally blow everything out of the water, then the stock would go up, but I would not go and assume that. I wouldn't assume that that's going to be the case. Tesla is holding around 780. Neo has, had gone up like 3%, and then it proceeded to come down all the way. That was kind of crazy. I mean, if you take a look at this on the 30-minute chart, you'll know what I mean. Which is like, look at this, right? So Neo, it opened up around, I think, 35.2. Then it jumped all the way to 36.4. Then it dropped all the way back to 35. And it's heading up to 35.5. Like, that is just, what a roller coaster, right? And that all happened in one day. I managed to buy some Neo at 35 again today, which is, I would say, not a bad buying opportunity. Definitely not bad. I still think it's a great buying opportunity at the current price, honestly. I think it's still pretty fairly valued. One moment. Xbang is also up a percentage point. Li Auto has been doing terrible. Oh yeah, Lucid. Yeah, so Lucid, it hit 28.4, and then it dropped, but it's still rallying up. It's still holding the short-term trend that we got going here. That is interesting. Yeah, it's looking incredibly strong after the catalyst that we had yesterday. AI still pulling back. Palantir still down 2%. And the 10-year yield is actually not going down. It's going up again. That is not good. So yeah, the 10-year yield is going up again. That could be the reason why stocks have gone down. So initially we had the 10-year yield actually coming back down. It's starting to go down. And it just spiked at the end of the day. Dollars, the dollar index is heading up higher. I mean, we already knew that, right? I've talked about this before. In fact, I think we covered this not on the weekly chart, but on the monthly chart. There you go. So I saw that on the monthly chart, the MACD was about to cross. This was a month ago, right? I was like, guys, the dollar could really spike very soon. And then I think 2 weeks ago, it started crossing upwards. And for me, that was the signal. It's like, okay, we know where the trend is, right? Dollar's heading up, regardless of anything that's happening out there, right? It's just going to keep moving upwards. I'm surprised that cryptos are still sitting at like the higher levels that they're currently sitting at. Bitcoin at 40K, 41K, Ethereum at 2,800. With the dollar going up this fast, I think that's not a good thing for cryptos. It's not a good thing for precious metals either. Gold is down about 0.5%. I think silver, can we find that? Silver is down 4% right now, which I think is kind of interesting. Huge downturn on silver. Let's see. Yeah, market is not quite ready to bounce up, I would say. Dow Jones, however, looking very strong, up about 0.7%. We did say before that the Dow Jones was pretty much looking like it's, was about to recover again. And look what's happening. It's trending up higher. Although, yeah, it's heading up more than the Nasdaq and the Russell combined. One moment. UiPath is still trending down, although we're not seeing a lot of downside anymore. The past couple weeks, I mean, if you take a look at the movement, right, it started off with harsh downside, and then we had this huge downturn on earnings, and ever since then, I mean, the downside has been limited, right? Nothing too significant. It's been consolidating. This is a solid support zone, arguably, and looking at the daily chart, I mean, I like what I'm seeing here, right? Daily chart does look like it looks like the MACD is going to cross very soon. There's a very large gap to be filled to the upside. But the problem right now, what we have is that the 10-year has been spiking. There's a bit of a risk-off attitude going on here with a lot of investors, and that is not a good thing. It's been affecting the stock significantly, and I think, hey, I mean, if you think the company is going to do well, this is about the cheapest price you're going to get for UiPath, which is, in my opinion, it's a bargain. And same goes with many companies out there, right? Although, recently we had Robinhood sitting at like 39, 38, or at least 39, I think. That was a real bargain. And Netlist is going up 4%. SoFi is heading down 4%, and I think it's going to probably head down further. Short term, at least. One moment. I'm going to quickly try to fix something real quick. Darn it. Let's go with this. Yeah, you can see on the Nasdaq that we just recently hit the 100-day moving average, and we're sort of holding it as well. Look at the, you can look at the past, right? In August, about a month ago, a month and a half ago actually, we hit that level right here, bounced off of that significantly, right? We had a massive jump upwards, and then right here in this zone, it was kind of a zone where the index was consolidating at. So if we do break below this level, then that is trouble. That is real trouble. I think at that point, we're just going to straight go down to 14,000. That would be another 5% possibly to the downside if that were to happen. We're not sure yet. I don't think it's going to happen right now. I think given the fact that we're going to head even closer to earnings, I think it wouldn't make a lot of sense at this point. We're heading into October. It's been bearish for about a month, right? So the market's been bearish for about a month. And usually you don't have 2 months of bearishness in the markets unless you got like a solid correction. And that's if something really bad happens. At least in recent times. I think the last time we had that kind of... That wasn't... No, I'm lying. That's not true. No, okay, so this was about a month, then we recovered, and then we dropped down again. So, if anything, it looks like we might actually recover back upwards, and then maybe if markets are really bearish, then we could see more downside. Although nothing is guaranteed. I mean, tomorrow we could get news that Evergrande is defaulting and everything is collapsing in China, and that's coming back to hit us here in Europe and in the US, and that could really impact the markets. But right now, we don't have that going on, right? So it's at this moment, we're sitting at support on the Nasdaq, which is nice. I would argue the same thing about the S&P, by the way. Same thing about the S&P. Russell, not so much, I'd say. The Russell could still go down like it always does. Looks pretty weak at the moment. We were not able to go above that 2,300 mark. That was not nice. And the Dow Jones is already starting to recover, right? It's already starting to head back upwards. It's holding the trend. And I would say the Dow Jones is looking the strongest at the moment. So that is what's happening in the current situation. So I still think it's a good time to be buying the dip with, small amounts, dollar cost averaging. And I think going all in is not wise. I know a lot of people that want to go all in. That usually does not work. It's the best way to lose a lot of money, or at least to not be able to see your money for a long time. So, yeah. Let's see what's happening with Alibaba. Alibaba's still sitting at the lower bound, although the daily chart is kind of showing us that it is crossing. Nothing is happening with the price. It's down 2.4% after the 4% or 5% move that we had the past couple days, right? Last Friday. And DIDI, not going anywhere right now. We just didn't. The problem with these Chinese companies, the Chinese stocks, is that we don't have a lot of good news, right? We have nothing coming out, nothing good, nothing positive, and that's been going on for months. The only thing we're seeing is, regulations coming out, the Chinese government cracking down on big tech, as we're seeing Evergrande struggling. And so it's like bad news on top of bad news, while you're not getting any good news, which is, it's trouble, right? That's big trouble, and that's one of the reasons why Alibaba is down 55%, and that's why we're getting such a massive discount on a company that is fundamentally still doing good business. And I would say kind of, same thing with DIDI right now. And in my opinion, the best times to be buying stocks is when you have this kind of stuff going on. It's when everybody's scared, everybody's fearful. That's when you get the biggest discounts. And in, let's say in like 3 months from now, I think Alibaba's going to be sitting way higher. I think when it's sitting higher, you're going to wish that something bad happens so you can buy the dip, right? It's kind of ironic. That usually tends to be the case. It's like nobody wants to buy the dip, and then the stock goes up significantly, and then everybody wants to buy the dip, and they wish something bad would happen. And it happened with Tesla, right? It happened with Tesla recently. Remember when Tesla, I'll give you a very good example. Tesla is now sitting at 780, but I've been live streaming every single day since just pretty much last September, right? It's been a year now. And I remember, right? So Tesla went down all the way to 550, and that was in March. Everybody was like, I think Tesla's going to go to $300, and didn't happen. Stock jumped back up, although it didn't quite recover instantly. But it, went from 550 to 720, went back down, went back up, etc. But all in all, when everybody is fearful, when everybody is scared, that's when you get the better buying opportunities. It's as easy as that, because that's when the prices are going to be very low, and it's not going to get much lower when nobody's fearful. When nobody's fearful, when everybody is getting into these stocks, and obviously prices start moving up, and there goes your discount. It disappears. So that's what I would say about that. You gotta tread very carefully, because hey, just because people are fearful doesn't necessarily mean that stocks will go up. It could mean that people stay fearful for another couple weeks, and stocks could go down substantially. And this is why I dollar cost average myself. I like to buy as stocks are going down. I don't like to buy stocks as they're going up. That's a bad idea, in my opinion. Unless fundamentals are really improving very fast. But yeah, Tesla's now sitting at 780. Who would have thought, right? Everybody that panic sold around 500 and 600, well, it's sitting at 780 now. It was obvious it was very obvious it was gonna come back up. It's just a matter of time. And I would even argue that it's stronger than before because it didn't just spike upwards in an excitement and hype rally. This was a slow rally, right? This took a while. People sold out at several points. We got support right there. We got support right here. And this is, in my opinion, building up a sort of technical backbone for Tesla stock. Meanwhile, back here, it just spiked up, consolidated, and came back down. We had no supports, no nothing, no history. And of course, it's just going to keep on bleeding. Because usually when it spikes like this, it's mostly people that are buying in the stock for speculation, right? Short-term speculation. And they sell the stock right after it tops out. And that's what happened in the past. Let's see what is happening here. S&P seems to be doing much better than the Nasdaq. Look at that. Nasdaq is up about 0.4%. S&P up 0.63%. And the Dow Jones is climbing up higher as well. I'm quite bullish on the Dow Jones right now. I mean, look at this pattern here. MACD about to cross here as well. That's a bullish pattern. RSI is spiking up. And, if we go above 34,560, then I would argue that is the signal that the Dow Jones is heading up all the way back to 35,000, sorry, right around here. It's a bit of a mouthful. All right. Welcome to the people that just joined the stream. Make sure you smash that like button if you just joined. Let me know in the live chat which stocks you'd like me to cover. And I'll be covering your stocks per usual. And I'm also going to be starting a poll right now. I'm going to just do that right here. There we go. If we can access that. Is the stock market correction over? AI, CEI, CSPR, CRISPR. Let's take a look at CRISPR. Just a quick look. I think it's this one. Yeah, I think I was bearish on this, right? I was bearish on this. I said it could go lower, and it went lower. And I'll tell you why I was so bearish on CRISPR. Can I tell you why? I hope I can. Where was it? No, we have been below the moving averages. I think I must have drawn like a trend line or something. Anyway, we have a good support zone right around this zone. Which is around the lower 100s. So let's say about 105 to 110. That is a proper buying opportunity here in this zone. I think right here we'll probably rally back up to maybe $115 or $120 if the markets do stabilize in October, starting October. But yeah, CRISPR, I like the stock right now. I like the price. It's gone down enough for me to say that it's a solid buying opportunity. So CRISPR is looking solid. And it could go, slightly lower, but I don't think a lot of people care about that. There we go. Give me about 1 second. It's raining outside. That was wild. It's like storming outside here. Oh, you meant Casper? CSPR? I've never heard of that, actually. Casper Sleep? Yeah, too small of a market cap. I'm sorry, man. I don't cover stocks / companies with a market cap of around 200 million. They have to be at least $500 million and above. Look at that. I mean, imagine holding this and then it jumps like 80%, dumps 60% right after. That is crazy. Let's see. He means CRISPR. Yeah, we already covered CRISPR. What's happening with microvision? I said that microvision was not going to go anywhere, and it didn't go anywhere, right? So, have I actually pointed out that it was going to go down? Yeah, I have. Smart person I am. First week of September, I said it was going to go down. It went down. Yeah. What can I say? Although, I would say after all of that, it does look like microvision has become a more attractive buying opportunity, right? So, with it going down so much, and it's now sitting at about a market cap of 1.8 billion, yet they still don't make any revenue, which is kind of funny. What can I say? It's below the 200-day moving average. We're getting to the more lower areas here with microvision. And are we oversold? No, we're not. Well, I don't think this stock has been oversold. Not in a long while. Yeah, we're sitting at a proper support zone of around $11, so I'm going to say that microvision would be a nice buying opportunity right below 11. That would be a proper buying opportunity. I'm looking at microvision possibly just getting back to around $12 to $13 short term. I think that would be fairly reasonable. So let's say we go down a little bit further and then we rally back up. That'll be lovely. And then hit that resistance and potentially fill this gap right here around 12.5. And that's going to happen maybe in October. First or second week of October. I missed DIDI 7.7. Wait, where's DIDI currently sitting at then? 7.78. I mean, it's still sitting very cheap. I don't think it's going to go down that much more. I doubt that. One moment, let's see. Oh my, this is like, how many days of like red have we had? It's been like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it's been like for weeks like this, right? It's not just like just a couple days. It's been a couple weeks, right? Like, let's just see. Okay, so the all-time high was around on the 2nd of September. It's the 29th of September now. And you know, we're still down, right? It's been quite some time. I think there are good times coming. I truly do think that there are some good times coming. We can see that the MACD on the S&P is crossing. That is good. Looks like we're going to be going up, filling the gap to around 4,440. And that could be a very good thing for the markets. Although, arguably what's happening right now is that while stocks are going down, money is being put elsewhere. So we're rotating back and forth, right? From value to growth, from growth to recovery stocks, etc. And at this moment, it looks like we're starting to form a bottom. At least from what I'm seeing here. On the S&P, on the Nasdaq, on the Dow Jones. This is looking quite good for the next days and for the next week. As we're heading into October, which is still sort of a bearish month, but I would say less bearish than September. September tends to be the most bearish month on average. All right, so we got 13 minutes left until Power Hour, and right now I'm looking at the poll, and in this poll, I asked in this poll, right? I asked, is the stock market correction over? 69% of people said no, it's not over. Only 31% says yes. I'm gonna check the Fear and Greed Index, which is always nice. See what the Fear and Greed Index said. People are fearful. 1 week ago, people were extremely fearful. 1 month ago, people were greedy. My bet is that as we're heading into October, this is all going to be over. This is going to be over, and we're going to be doing just fine. Doesn't mean that we're going to hit all-time highs. It just means that we're going to slowly rally back up. What I also think is that if the Evergrande situation in China, if that gets worse, then that is going to impact the markets as well. That is going to be a very negative impact if that worsens. But we're going to have to see, right? We have no idea what's going to happen there. But I am fairly optimistic now that this is going to get better. And as I'm saying that, I'm going to quickly grab a tissue because look at that. The VIX is starting to move downwards as well. And let's see what's happening to Tesla. Tesla's starting to rally. Very nice. Let's put that on. Sitting at 783 and it's heading up higher. Be right back. Yeah, it looks like we're seeing a bit of a comeback here for Tesla. We got a $10 donation from Masras. Thank you so much. Masras says, I sold my Lucid. I bought Neo, XPeng, and C3, Wish, and Win. Do you think Lucid will fall back down? What do you think about Neo and Lucid deliveries? Okay, so Neo, XPeng, C3. Okay, so I like Neo. I think Neo's going to be just fine. It's going to go to 40. Same with XPeng. They're both doing really good. And the technicals are looking pretty good for those. Do you think Lucid will fall back down? I'm not worrying too much about Neo, and about Lucid, I would say it's already falling down. It has been falling down for the past couple hours after the big spike. And it looks like we've had a chunk of momentum going on here. And on 30 minutes, still looking bearish on the 30 minutes, but still up 10%. 1 hour chart. And then you look at the 4 hours, that's just bullish. So I think it's going to be staying here in this upper range, the upper $20 range. I don't think it's going to go much lower than that. But if the markets do correct again, if we see another slip up, then this support around $25 is going to hold. So it's going to be about the lowest, I'd say, for now, unless they get some bad news, which is kind of unlikely right now, given the fact that they just had some amazing good news about productions and deliveries. So, yeah. What do you think about Neo? So, yeah, I think Neo's going to do fine. The XPeng is going to do fine. C3 is going to do fine. And with fine, I mean like with the next 3 months. I'm not talking about next week or like next 2 weeks. I'm talking about by the end of this year, and that's what I mean by that. I'm not so sure about Wynn Resorts. I'm not so sure about this one. I've been fairly bearish on it. I'm gonna stay bearish on this one. And Wish, I think Wish is still looking fairly interesting. I don't care that it dropped to 5.7. I do think it's going to come back up as soon as the markets are going to become bullish. I think Wish is going to go back up. But yeah, so far it's been very, very rough for Wish. It's been tough. Yeah, in all likelihood, I still think we're going to get back to around $7 to $8 per share. If this is going to keep going down, I think it's going to bounce first. But I think there's a good chance that they actually do turn things around. I mean, we have a low yield environment right now. It should be fairly doable. Unless they've been really, really naughty. One sec. Tencent is sitting at the 200-day moving average. Oh, wow. That is interesting. So it's hugging the 200-day moving average. We have not gone below the 200-day moving average forever. We have never gone below the 200-day moving average, like properly below the 200-day moving average. That's never happened for Tencent. What is the likelihood it's going to happen right now? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to go down. Look at that profit margin. Oh my god. 23.1. Oh my god. 23.1 billion in profits. Damn, and it's sitting at a market cap of what? 575 billion. That is just insane. And it's also growing very fast. And that's just crazy. Wait, let me check the profits that we can see with an Apple. Let's see how much Apple has. 57 million. And Microsoft, 61 billion. Facebook, 30 billion. Let's see, Tencent. I think Tencent should be valued closer to Facebook. Right now, it's like about half of the valuation of Facebook. But yeah, it's also because what's going on with China. I think it was actually valued closer to like $1 trillion, right in this zone, and then it fell down, obviously. Yeah, but I think Tencent is looking very, very, very attractive at the current pricing. I think this is the support zone, and if we see some positive news in the next coming weeks, and that would really help out. I think that would make this stock go up substantially. Yeah, the same thing goes for Alibaba. One moment. We got a €2 donation from Dasha. Thank you so much. Dasha says, can you review ChargePoint? I'm listening, cannot see your screen. If you can give ranges with numbers, that would be awesome. Sure, I'll give you my opinion on ChargePoint in a second. Yeah, I think I forgot to actually link my PayPal down below. There you go. And so far, about 65% of people think that the correction is still not over. I'm telling you, like I think there is great opportunity where everybody's fearful, and it's the Chinese stocks where everybody's fearful right now. with good reason, right? Chinese government has been cracking down on tech stocks. But that's not going to continue forever. These regulations will stop at some point, and they're going to become less severe. But yeah, it's just a matter of time before people realize this. But yeah, I've been saying that for like a month now, so we'll see what happens. Let's take a look at ChargePoint. But first of all, before we do that, I want to just tell you that I think we're probably... I think we're going to get back to around, 65 on 10 cent short term. Get back to that level, which is a very nice gain, around 10%. 10-15%. ChargePoint. ChargePoint is sitting at a 6.6 billion market cap, price of around $20.5 per share, down about 1%. And if I'm taking a look at the 4-hour time frame, we hit the 21.5 resistance apparently, and we pulled back from that level. Let's see what's happening on the MACD. I mean, this one has been going down for a while, hasn't it? It's been a while. Yeah, there you go. That's the support level, right? So that's interesting. So $20 is a very strong support level. It's now sitting at 20.6. Could it go down? I think it could. Maybe a couple percent, but I don't think it's going to go down that much further. Weekly chart's not showing any signs of bottoming out. Daily chart, it's not really oversold either. So it's going to sound grim, but I think it's just going to go sideways at this point. Just consolidate at the current price. Maybe sit at a range of like, $22 to about $20. Until we get some good news, something positive. I think that is going to be the scenario right now. As their recent earnings was... And they burn a lot of money. That's the thing. They burn so much money. They burned about $85 million in, what is it? In this Q2 quarter, second quarter, and made about 56 million. And right now the market's kind of going risk off, and I think once we see the markets kind of rally upwards, I think ChargePoint could benefit from that. But right now it could go sideways. But I think eventually we're probably going to get back to maybe $24, $23. That would be my range. But yeah, for now, it just goes sideways. For the most part. IBD. China stocks hammered by regulations that keep on coming. That does not really matter. Just because they say it's going to be coming around doesn't necessarily mean that that's actually going to be the case. And by the way, Power Hour is here with us. Let me just turn on that Power Hour transmission. Let's go. Power Hour. That's the Power Hour template. Let's see if Power Hour is going to have anything great for us. Peru says, I loaded more path today. That's great. I actually bought some UiPath as well. I think we're sitting, $52. I like it. I really like the price on Path right now. I remember Peru saying, hey, it's a great buying opportunity at 70. Waited this one out, and we're getting in at 52. I mean, that is just... So, yeah, I'm happy about the discounts that we're getting. I mean, I've been warning. I'm going to repeat this again. I've been warning about this downturn in September. In August, I've been saying this, like, hey, you might want to hold on your cash. You want to have some cash reserves because, hey, in September, stocks tend to come down. And we had, I don't know if you remember, but the S&P was hitting all-time highs after all-time highs after all-time highs. And eventually I was like, yo, just don't get into the market right now. It's a bad idea. I think it's going to correct very soon. I had 50% of my whole portfolio just in pure cash. 50%. And then guess what happens? Market starts moving down. perfect, right? It's like starting September, market's just going down for about a month. And I think we're kind of bottoming out short term. I think we're going to be seeing more and more upside from the next for the next coming days, which is going to be great. All right. Let's see. The dollar is still heading up. Oh my god. Right when you think the dollar is just going to bottom out or top out, sorry. It just keeps on moving higher. I mean, I'm speechless. What is going on with Palantir? Look, I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Palantir has topped out. Usually when a Palantir tops out, it goes down about 20 to 30%. Right now, we have a support zone going on right around 24.25, right? So this is going to be a zone where it could easily bottom out at. It's not just Palantir, it's the whole market, right? The whole market came down significantly, so... In fact, I think Palantir did pretty darn well while everything else was going down. And that's the situation right now. You know, ARK Invest is selling, you know, that's having a very, very big influence as well. And, hold up. Yeah, so ARK sold out of Palantir. Like, they didn't completely sell it, but, you know, they sold out about, I think it was $50 million worth of Palantir, which is quite a bunch that they were holding. And that's the current situation, right? It's like you gotta adapt. The stock is cheaper now. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna be scared? Or are you gonna buy the dip? Or you know, maybe short it? Some people are shorting Palantir, and they've gained a lot of money from that. But I think right now is the best time to just watch and see what happens, and then properly dollar cost average. Then again, what do I know? I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice, of course. But I still think Palantir is pretty sweet. I still think it's sweet. Oh, let me delete this. I think at this point it looks like we're kind of... I think we're bottoming out in this zone here. And then consolidate and head up much higher. Into earnings, right? So into earnings, it's going to go significantly higher. There we go. It would be funny if it gets back to like 23. Like, literally touch the trend line. All the way back here. And then jump. Could happen, you know. I'm a bit of an optimist right now. Russell is still negative. Would you look at that? Russell's still negative. Dow Jones is weakening, so stocks are coming down again. Netlist is... Damn, Netlist is up 4.5%. That's crazy. Netlist is doing pretty good. Everything else is not doing so much. While the value stocks, look at that. Coca-Cola, I mean, this is crazy. Coca-Cola went down from 57.16, and it managed to go down roughly 8% in the meantime, right? So Coca-Cola down 8%, and that's mainly because we had dividends. We usually see sell-offs right after dividends, but this is quite a large downturn. For a value stock like Coca-Cola, it's quite a bit for it to be selling off that much. In fact, it's it's kind of stagnating in some sense. But it's still giving a 3% dividend, so that's something, right? People buy these stocks, you know, people buy stocks like Coca-Cola mainly for the dividends. And yeah, in all honesty, I mean, it looks like it's probably bottomed out. This is a very strong support zone right here, and it's kind of bouncing back off of that. We hit the 50-day moving average on the weekly chart, and on the daily chart, we're below every moving average. I mean, this looks pretty good to me. I think it's going to bounce all the way to earnings, back to 54. It's about $1, but you know, these kind of stocks really do move very slowly. What about Baba? What is your opinion about coin at these levels? Well, Coinbase has a bit of a double whammy going on. Not only are the cryptocurrencies going down, or have been going down, it's the stock market that's going down. And not only that, there is regulation potentially coming for Coinbase. So it's a bit of a... it's kind of getting choked out right now. You can see on the daily chart, it's not oversold yet. So there is some room to the downside left. And I would say it would be a very good buying opportunity around 210 to about 220. So that would be this zone right here. That's where I would personally buy some Coinbase, because I'm not so bullish right now in cryptos. So maybe we get back to right around here, and then we jump back up. Maybe to the 250s, 260s. Who knows? But yeah, Kathy Wood has been buying a lot of Coinbase, so she's probably not doing so well right now. I Feel Sport coming in with a €2 donation and says, Palantir by the end of the year, $40 again. Is it possible? Yes, I do think that it is possible. What's the likelihood? I think it's like a 20% chance that that's going to happen. Not a significant chance, but, you know, it could happen. I think Palantir is a wonderful company, and we usually have great upside during the holiday season. And I think we're going to have some proper upside coming up for the holiday season. No doubt about that. It's just the past couple weeks has been bearish, mainly because the stock market has been going up for the longest time. I mean, think about it. Just look at the S&P. It's just one straight line up. And that's ever since last year. Just one line upwards. That is pretty crazy, right? With some tiny corrections. And us seeing this correction of about 5%. I think it's a relatively mild correction. I think it is very much needed. And it's healthy for the markets to actually correct once in a while. So it doesn't get overheated, because if it does get overheated, then it's not going to be a correction. It's going to straight up crash. And so this is healthy behavior for the markets. And I am buying the dip on some of these stocks. You know, some stocks that I like UiPath. I had bought the dip on Virgin Galactic, bought the dip on some Helion, DIDI, Alibaba, etc. In my opinion, these are great companies. And they're going to do quite good in the coming months. And so that's what I'm focused on right now. But yeah, Alibaba, man, tough one. Look at this stock. I mean, it's looking like a roller coaster. To the downside, at least. Like, man, we're still sitting at that support zone. You can see that right here, which is right around 148, right? That's where we're hanging out at. I think we could still reach about 130 if the markets correct much further. Like, we're talking, if we see the markets correct another 5%, then yeah, we're going to go all the way to 130 and bottom out right there on Alibaba stock. But that's about the lowest I see it going, really. Like, it's oversold. You can see this right now on the weekly chart. That tends to never happen on companies that are this massive. But there you go. It is oversold on the weekly chart, on the RSI. Then on top of that, look at the MACD, right? This is the MACD right here. It's the lowest point ever in the history of this company. It could go much lower, you know, if it goes bankrupt magically. It could go much, much lower, but that is not going to happen. Their fundamentals are still good. We just got out of the oversold levels on the daily chart. It jumped out of that, and now it's starting to move down. So I think most likely what's happening here for Alibaba, it's consolidating. If we get bad news, it will pull back further. If we get good news, it will jump up very, very fast. Gara, do you have any long-term stocks in your portfolio where you do dollar cost average? Big tech. I have big tech in a long-term portfolio. I've bought that like a year ago, and I'm planning to buy if they go down significantly. Like Facebook, hey, if Facebook gets back to 320 or 330, hey, I'm going to buy some Facebook. If Google goes down a substantial amount, let's say Google goes down another 10%, it gets back to like 2,400, I'm going to buy some Google. But yeah, right now I think Google is still, well, it's touching the trend line. Look at that. It's testing the trend line right now. That is wild. Okay. We're seeing some action here with Google. That's cool. And it's the only, it's the only company that's down from all the big tech stocks out there. That is crazy. Are you holding BABA? Yes, I'm holding BABA, yeah. Just stop buying and wait. I think it's a good thing to say, yeah? It's like, you want to buy when stocks are cheap. Can stocks still get cheaper? I think so. So you don't want to go all in. What you want to do, you want to dollar cost average in these beautiful growth names and get as low as an average price that you can get. And that is when you're winning. Daily chart, weekly chart. I think Google can come down more. I think we're heading back to 2,600-ish. I might buy some more Google. I'm still waiting for it to go down, though. Alphabet gap fill just below 1,600. What do you mean, just below 1,000? Let me check. Is there a gap fill there? I don't think so. Maybe on a daily chart. Oh, did you mean 2,600? This one. I think you meant 2,600. Gap fill. Yeah, it could be. It could very well come back down. I think that's possible. Oh man, it would have to go down quite a bit, eh? Let's see. From there to that, it's like a 4.6% downturn. I think it's possible. I think it's possible because we're seeing some indicators flashing red. Right? Look at this. MACD crossing. It's kind of topping out here. It just got out of the overbought zone, but we're not close to neutral on the RSI. There is some room to the downside. So that is that's what I'm noticing right here. We could get a bit of a flash correction, flash crash all the way down. That is certainly possible. In like a couple days time or something. But yeah, enough about Google. Let's talk about something else. Virgin Galactic. Which if I take a look at that. Virgin Galactic MACD is about to head downwards on the daily chart. Looks like we're filling the gap, which I've been saying for the longest time that we would fill this gap to 21.7, and I think this is looking so incredibly attractive. Like, this stock price is looking sweet. I liked it at this price, and I like it a lot more right now. Like, imagine what would happen if they like announced like another test flight or something. Do you still own DIDI? Yes, I own DIDI. I'm close to break even on DIDI right now, because it just keeps on bleeding downwards. Let me check one thing with Virgin Galactic right now. Okay, right. Yeah, Virgin Galactic, I mean, we're getting these lower prices. I like them a lot. Are we going to get back to 60? I don't think so. Could we get back to like 30 or 40? I think that's quite likely in the next 3 months. So, yeah. Bought Google last time during the pandemic. Easiest buy ever. Up 130%. And not even think about selling. If you don't even buy. Okay. Yeah, so I think big tech is, whenever it's discounted, it's just the best buying opportunity in the market. Assuming that their growth rate is going to be the same or higher. If growth slows, then guess what? Big tech is not going to be that important anymore. But yeah, we have seen a period of growth just the past decade with big tech, and we're not sure if that's going to be the case in the next decade. So there could be a period of stagnation. There could be similar to what happened after the .com, which is, you can look at Microsoft, for example. Microsoft is the best example of this. Because they were already quite established in, right around the .com, which, if we can find that one here, where is it? Oh, there we go. So would you take a look at that, right? So Microsoft, huge rally, just like what we're seeing right now, right? This is a massive run up, comparable to the .com. In size, probably even larger at this point. And then you have this, the bubble popped. Microsoft sold down to $20, went back up to 26, but kept on falling anyway. And then it consolidated for years, right? So, well, this is not consolidation. If you really zoom in, you can see it's not consolidation. In fact, this is a swing of about 40%, and then a move of about 50%. 17%, etc. But if you zoom out, the prices did not really go anywhere for a couple years, right? And then you get into like a period of growth, and look what happens. You counting in like the quantitative easing and rates going lower, you have this huge rally in Microsoft again. And the same thing happened before the .com. Back then it was way smaller. But yeah, if we get another period of stagnation, then what could happen is, hey, the bubble pops and we see sideways movement for the coming 5 to 10 years. Who knows? It could very well happen. Do you think Genomics eventually will be the next Tesla? No. Nothing's the next. There is only one Tesla stock. It's Tesla stock. And the only reason Tesla is so huge is because of Elon Musk at this point. Like, let's be honest. Elon Musk is the reason why Tesla's doing so well. If you would remove him from the company, it would be a completely different story. And no other company out there that is public has Elon as its CEO, so I'd say about this. It's the same with like Apple, and back when it was a younger company, and Steve Jobs. There's only one Steve Jobs. There was only one Apple that was doing so incredibly well with all the products that they came out with. Yeah, so Microsoft is looking quite bad actually on the weekly chart. This could be, maybe it's gonna get back to 250, possibly another 10%. It's not even that much either. And keep in mind, Microsoft it has not pulled back to the 50-day moving average or the 100-day moving average. It's just been going up. So. And look at this. Look how often we hit the 50-day moving average. Not that often, actually. Although we've had that happen in 2018, 2020. But that 200-day moving average has just been not hit since like 2013. Because the stock just keeps moving up. Parabolically, in some sense. So, yeah. What tends to happen is that it hits the 20-day moving average, and it jumps up again, and just keeps moving. How long that will last, that pattern of just hitting the 20-day moving average and just straight up moving up, I don't think it's going to last very long. And it's still very, very overbought on the monthly chart. Yeah, I think we're heading down to like 250, 260 on Microsoft, probably. Oh. Although it might bounce up first. Look at that. Tesla sitting at 784. $784. You can see there's a bit of a ceiling right around here. Around 785. It's just having a tough time to go above 785 right now. It's getting close though. You can see that the MACD is potentially going to spike again. Do you think AI will go below 45? Only if the markets keep going down. Like I don't think the market's going to go down substantially further enough for that to happen. So, unfortunately, but it's still looking quite bearish. Look at that. Palantir down 2.2%, AI down 1.6%, and we're still seeing a lot of red here, even with the Chinese stocks. It's kind of painful. SoFi is down 4.7%. And still heading down after the big spike that we had, right? It hit like 16.4. It's been down ever since. And Tattooed Chef, haven't looked at this in a while, sitting at 18.4. Yeah, it's kind of stuck in a range, isn't it? Hits 25, goes back down to 16, goes back to 25. Like, that's this stock. I mean... yeah, they lost all the money that they made. At least what I'm seeing here, 50 million in losses, or at least net income. Gara, your best 3 performing stocks for the next 3 years. 3 picks. Who are you going for? 3 years. That's like, yeah. Oh, that's a tough one. Okay, next 3 years. Tesla. Not at the current price though. I would like it to be a bit lower, but still, I think Tesla's going to do much better. I think it's going to do good next 3 years. C3.ai next 3 years is going to be huge, because 2023 is going to be the best year for C3, at least according to the CEO himself. And then the third stock, I think, is going to be Alibaba. Either Alibaba or DIDI in the next 3 years. I'm very inclined to say DIDI, but I don't have any proof of... I don't have any kind of like... I have no idea if they're actually going to get their application back online in the App Store. So that would be my 3 picks. But then again, a lot can happen in the next 3 years. Like, a lot can happen. But regarding just like investing for the long term, Alibaba, Tesla, and C3. Really, C3 is a riskier one, but I think it's going to pay off big time. At the price of 45, still quite cheap. See, will we see path below 50? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think UiPath is going to stay where it's at. I don't think it's going to go down a lot. Hey Gara, thoughts on Adobe dip for good buying? No, I really dislike Adobe. Yeah, so I've said before that Adobe was topping out in this zone, and look what happened, right? I really dislike this stock. Adobe, yeah, was looking very, very overbought, right? Look at that, very overbought for a long time, and then it came to earnings, and then it didn't do as well as people expected, and it just dropped significantly. The thing is, they have a lot of profits, and they have made a lot of profits in 2020. That was mainly because everybody was inside and could not leave the home. And you can see their profit margin is a lot lower than what it used to be. Yet they're still making a lot of revenue, right? So they're still making a lot of revenue. But yeah, it's mostly priced into the stock. It is mostly priced into the stock. So, yeah. This could go slightly lower before this actually bottoms out. Maybe we hit like 560 or something. Maybe we hit the 200-day moving average, which would be right around 560. And then we bounce. But I think there's probably another 5% coming up to the downside. But I don't like Adobe that much. It's been very bloated for like a good chunk of time. Yeah. It was a great buying opportunity here, right? That was sweet, sweet. I don't think right now it's as great. Please check coin. I think I've already checked coin. Coin is still heading down. But I like the price. I think the price is getting cheaper and cheaper, and then I like it a lot. I remember this hitting 430 at IPO or DPO for that matter. That was insane, right? 430 DPO. And now it only has a market cap of 47 billion, right? 47.6 billion. They've got an annual revenue of 1.2 billion, quarterly revenues of 2.2 billion, net income of 1.6 billion. Oh my god. That is insane. Is that really the case? I really wonder how Q3 is going to be like. It'll be nice to know. Bitcoin and Ethereum down today may affect coin. I do think so, yeah. If cryptocurrencies go down, that has a negative impact on these exchanges, these from the valuation side of things. Especially if the volume goes down. Because how these companies make money is by they benefit from the greater amount of volumes. The fees that they can have on that is quite nice. Please check Foot Locker. Super undervalued. What do you think? Foot Locker. Did it IPO? No way. Oh, oops. Oh, it's always been a company listed on the exchange. That's cool. I didn't know that. Foot Locker, retail trade, apparel, footwear, 5.2 billion market cap. They haven't been doing good. On an annual basis at least. But if you look at the past quarters, yeah, it looks pretty good. So a lot of profit from Q2. 2.27 billion revenue and 430 million in profits. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Frankly, I think it's going to stay within this range, really. Yeah. Well, it does look bullish on a daily chart, though. No, wait, it looks bearish. It's been downtrending, right? But the MACD's crossing here. Yeah, we might spike for like dividends and then just dump again. Probably. Maybe a 10% move. Very low PE. Well, there's very low growth, and there's not a whole lot happening with this company, at least from just looking at the balance sheet. So that's the current situation with that. Yeah, nothing is moving. Really, nothing is moving right now. Everything is flat. At lower levels, just straight up flat. So that's interesting to see. Looks like the 2020 rally is being corrected in 2021. And maybe in 2022 as well. No, that's not true. The 2020 rally was extended in 2021, and it might get extended again in 2022. That's what's really happening. It's just most people are holding tech. Well, if you're holding tech, then yeah, it seems like, oh, nothing is happening. But if you look at value stocks and cyclicals and everything else, they've been rebounding, while tech has been going flat. So that's the current situation. No. Gara, been out of the trading game for a while. You really have grown your hair out. Yeah. It's temporary though. I'll be getting a bit of a hairdo fairly soon. But very busy these days with moving around furniture and whatnot. I've not checked out CEI, Camber Energy. What the hell is this? Too small of a market cap for me to cover. Bit of a pump and dump. Seems like it's dumping right now. See if there's something happening on Twitter. Helion is going down 4%. Damn, that is very rough. And see what's happening here. Look at Palantir. It's just red candles after red candles, just bleeding out. Let's check Twitter. Give me one moment. There we go. Arc. Was this yesterday? Or... Right, so this was from yesterday. Arc bought Coinbase, Square, Roku, Zillow, Zoom, UiPath. They keep buying it, right? Same with Coinbase. CRISPR Therapeutics. So they just keep on buying the dip on these companies. Especially on UiPath. They're really heavy on UiPath. That is very, very interesting. 590. So that's around... They're buying tens of millions of UiPath shares on a daily basis. Tens of millions of dollars, right? And what have they... Okay, they've been selling Tesla. So they've been selling a lot of Tesla right now. Selling Google. Tesla. So they've been selling out of Tesla. That's what's happening there. And... yeah, they sell a lot of Tesla. And they buy a lot of UiPath and Coinbase and everything. I think. Oh yeah, that's the same report. Alright. Oh, one sec. Don't follow ARK. I learned my lesson. I think it's quite nice to know... because ARK is a bit of a whale. Like, they're buying a chunk of shares. Every time they buy Palantir, for example, the stock goes up. Speaking of Palantir, I think they sold some recently. I think it was right here, maybe. Was it right here? No, it was not this one.
heat map of the S&P 500's performance over the last 12 months. Man. Tesla 100%, Google 100%. Crazy. PayPal 50%, JP Morgan 75%. Oh, they've been selling Unity. I remember at some point they sold Palantir. Just can't find that little thingy here. That's the same. Oh well. See what Elon Musk has been tweeting as of recently. Mr. Gawks, the crypto trading hamster beating human investors. That's kind of hilarious. Nothing really new from this guy. Let's see. Oh man. Let's see if there's any news about Alibaba. No, nothing. Now let's get back to some stocks. There we go. Oh, damn. Look at that. Nasdaq is going down again. That is not nice. Not nice indeed. Nasdaq going negative. Right when you think it's over. At least it seems like it's bottoming out. At least it looks like that to me. Whatever happened to Fastly? Did it recover? Oh no. Oh no, that is horrible. Oof. Damn. How much is Fastly down now? Oof. Big oof, right? Oh my god. 4.6 billion market cap. Yeah, that is painful to look at, right? Fastly's been doing horrible on the equity side of things. But yeah, it is still growing, and it seems like they're gonna have about 10% growth, I think. Roughly something like that. No, wait, hold up. I think something along the lines of 20% growth from like an annual perspective. Which, if you think about that, like 20%, they had from going from 2019 to 2020, they got roughly about 45% growth. And they're going from 45% to now 20%. That's fair enough, right? It's like, it does make sense that they're struggling with their share price. And then on top of that, they're burning a lot of money. It's not like they're not burning money. They're burning a lot of money. Compare this to 2020, right? 2020, they burned about 95 million. Look at right now. Q2, 58 million. Q1, 50 million. I mean, it's a lot of money burned for not so much growth. DNA, I've never heard of that. Let's see. Oh, wow. Damn. What happened here? Ginkgo Bioworks Holdings. Let me check their website. Ginkgo is the Microsoft of genome. I have no idea. I haven't checked their fundamentals. I have no idea what they're doing. I could look it up. I mean, we got 10 minutes left. Let's see, Ginkgo. Let's go to investors. Let's see what their revenues are looking like. So they went public on the 17th, I see. From what I'm seeing here. Was this like a SPAC merger? It should... Probably was, right? Because it says it was going public on the 17th. Well, that is then this right here. And its shares are trading pretty darn high. 16 billion market cap. DNA has Palantir chief operating officer on their board. Yeah, I don't know what to think of it. I'm going to check their quarterly report right now. Let's see, what's their revenues looking like? Total assets of about 1.7 billion. Okay. This company, what the hell is happening with this company? Do they have no revenue? Loss from operations, 100 million. They have no revenue, but they're burning a lot of money. And it... What the freaking hell? It's cell programs. I don't care about the cell. They make no money. Do you get what I mean? They can have whatever technology that they have. If you're not making money, what are you doing? You're burning $106 million. You have a market cap of 16 billion. B for billion, right? I mean, like, no wonder that nobody's buying the stock. I mean, I don't think it's going to do so well. They got like what, 1.5, 1.6 billion in assets? That's nothing. Gara, Facebook whistleblower to testify at Senate. Oh, okay. That's cool. Hopefully it's going to get the price lower because I want to buy some. Kathy's buying every dip. Well, yeah. Let her buy the dip. I'm not going to buy this dip. 16 billion. No revenue. Damn. Get out of here, man. Just burning tons of cash. Oh, boy. Baba pulling back again. Oh, it's not just Baba, it's the whole market. Just the last minutes, right? Nasdaq coming down. Oh boy. Time to buy some dips. Yeah, the Russell's going down about 0.5% as well. Alibaba down 3%. DIDI down 2.5%. And just a bunch of red just across the portfolio, everything. Oh my god, Palantir. Sitting at 24.5. Look at that downside. That is so much selling pressure. That's insane. I mean, it's still looking fairly positive. It's not down that much. I think tomorrow and after tomorrow are going to be better days. Probably. Yeah, look at that spike on the 10-year yield. Holy damn. It looks like we're just getting started if we believe what's happening here on the weekly chart. See, Baba is still down 3%. We got about 1 more minute left. I'm looking at Baba right now. I actually want to buy some more, so I'm buying a little bit more Baba. Got a couple moments to do that. Alright. Yeah, the markets are now officially closed. At least they are on my trading app, from what I've seen. Let's just ring the bell already. Markets are closed, pretty much. I'm ringing the bell in advance because markets are now closed, right? Oh man, what a day indeed. A lot of downside, not a lot of upside. It's been quite depressing, right? It's just nothing. We're getting nothing, and we haven't been getting anything for weeks now, which is fine because we've got plenty of upside from June all the way until now, and now we're getting some downside. And yeah, I think we got a lot of buying opportunities today, and if you were able to profit from that, then I'm happy for you. And if you were not able to, then that does suck. But that's the current market. It's bleeding, and it's going to probably keep being like this. At least the weakness that we're seeing, I think, is going to continue until a later point in time. Until we get some proper good news. Because we've been getting bad news over bad news over bad news. The only thing that was good the past couple months was earnings, right? Everything else was just bad across the board. So, yeah. But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. We'll be live again tomorrow. And hopefully tomorrow, markets are going to be looking a lot more greener. But we could also see something that we saw today, which is basically markets open up. They jump, and then they sell off until the end of the day. However, I don't think the market is crashing. I think we still have some good times coming up. Although, like I said before, it might be a nice idea to not go all in, to have some cash on the sidelines, just in case. Thank you for watching. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet. Hit that notification bell. We're going to be live tomorrow before the market opens and before the market closes. Make sure you tune in. And we're going to be moving into the new office after tomorrow. So just to keep you guys updated on that. And it's going to be really, really exciting. So
Check out the social media. We have an Instagram, Twitter. The Discord community link is down below as well. And there is a Patreon if you want to support the channel. So check it all out. Have a great day, everybody. Good luck with trading. And we'll see you guys and gals tomorrow. See you soon.